See, so we started our physics subject now. In our science, we categorize as a chemistry, then physics, then
Biology.
biology, not biotechnology. That is wrong. Okay. Now I will deal with your physics subject. Okay. In the physics subject, we are having a first topic name is motion. Okay. First, we need to understand this word motion. What is a motion? What is motion or movement? Huh? What do you understand by this motion? What do you know? Please tell me. Just what do you know? Tell me that one. What is the meaning of a motion?
Movement of an object is known as motion.
Sorry?
Movement of an object is known as motion.
Movement of a object. Yes. See, any other Manivardhan? What do you know about the motion? And in your daily life examples?
Moving from one place to another.
Moving from one place to another place. Yes, very good. Yes, Abhishek? So, no problem. Okay, wait. Now I will tell you. Now we are going to discuss the introduction of a motion chapter. Okay. So in everyday life, in our normal daily life, we see some object at rest and some objects are moving from one place to the another place. That is a motion. No? So like if I see birds, birds will be flying, and if I see the fish, fish are swimming in a water, and our blood flows into our body. Blood flows through our body through veins and arteries. Is it clear? And cars will move from one place to another place. And if you see in molecule, the atoms, these molecules, and everything will move from one place to another place. And if you see in our solar system, in our solar system, our head of our solar system family is sun. So the planets are moves around our sun. So planets also moving from one place to another place, and the stars, galaxies are also in motion. Okay, and when we feel this is moving or this is not in the moving position, when we can confine. Okay, so when normally when it changes its position from one place to another place, then only we can say this is in the motion. Suppose we are having a bus stop from point A and from to point B. If bus is moving from one place to another place, means it is changing its position from A to its B position. Then we can say it is in motion. Is it clear? Now I need to say whether the air is flowing or not, or air movement is there or not. How I can say? When I will say the air is moving or wind is flowing, when I can say the dust particles will move, or the tree leaves will be disturbed. So at that time only I can say now the air is in the motion. Is it right? When the movement of a dust particles and the movement of a leaves and the branches of a tree, then I can say now the air is blowing or the wind is flowing, moving from one place to the another place. Okay. So now we are having a sunrise and sunset also. So and we are changing the seasons also. And already you learned in your class 6 only how these days and nights are formed because of what? Wait, someone has joined. Yes, Nityasri has joined. See, we learned in your class 6 that days and nights are formed. Days days and nights. How these days and nights will form? Tell me.
Because it's
And how seasons will form? So these days and nights will form because of the rotation of earth. Okay. And how these seasons are formed?
because of revolution.
Revolution. Because of revolution of earth around the sun. Is it clear? So then
Yeah.
means here also motion is happening.
Yes, sir.
Because of motion only our days and nights are formed, means sun rises and okay, and because of this motion we are having a seasons also. Okay. Now suppose I think you observed. So you are sitting in a train, but your train is not moving. You are sitting in a one train, but the train is not moving. But in another platform, another train is moving. Okay, in another platform, another train is in the motion. But when you see this train now, you will feel your train is moving. Have anyone observed this practical example?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, na? So see, you are sitting in your train, but if you are observing at another platform, the train, na, so you can observe, you can feel that your train is in the motion. Then when you see that platform, na, so you can feel, I know, not my train is moving. Another train is moving in that platform. That you can say. Means that that is a practical observation. How it is happening. And suppose when you do your journey to bike or bus, so what happens if you see your surroundings, na? So you can feel that your surroundings are also in the movement only, in the motion only, in the backward direction. You are going in the frontward direction. Is that happened to you? And suppose if you walk speedy, or if you walk quickly, and if you observe the earth, you observe your foot, and you can feel that the earth is moving like that, and you are going in the forward. So these are the observation of your movement, means you are in the moving. Suppose if you see the passengers are in the bus, they are moving or not? They are moving or not? The sitting passenger in the bus, they are in the movement or not? Yes, they are also in the moving, but the bus is moving, na? So their movement is also there, we can say. Suppose, see, the earth is, see, I think anyone means you should get the doubt. Sir, earth is rotating, na? So we are on the earth, so we also should rotate, na, sir? And why you are not falling down while rotating the earth? Anyone has got doubt?
Because of gravity.
Huh? No, because of gravity I am not able to go vertically up direction. So the earth is rotating, na? So if it is rotating in this way means I also should rotate, na? So am I rotating now myself on the earth? Huh? We are also in the rotating only. See, suppose the bus is moving from, means you can imagine your bus is like your earth, and the passenger are like we are on the earth. So the bus is moving, the bus is moving slowly and smoothly, na? So the passengers also won't feel that we are moving. That is what happening for the earth also. Clear? Is it understand you? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And
Yes, sir.
some motions are complex. We can say some motions are complex. Means some movements will be happening in one uniform, one straight line, and some motions will be happening in some circular path also. So I can movement from point A. I can go, or I can do movement from point A to point B in a straight line. Okay, and now I can move from A to B in a circular path also. So these are the two paths, and in somewhere I will go first straight, and then I will go like this, and then I will come back like this. So here what is happening here in this moment? We are having a first uniform, means straight line. Then after that it will be in the circular, again straight, and after that it will be in the circular motion. Then in the straight. So it is the combination of your straight line and circular path. Okay, and now here in this chapter we are going to learn about the motion in a uniform straight line and motion in a uniform circular path. That also we are going to learn, and we also learn about the motions through some simple equations and some graphs. Okay, we will learn this chapter in that way also, and we will discuss about the next. So see here one activity. Discuss whether the walls on your classroom are at rest or in motion. Tell me. Huh? Okay, next. Have you ever experienced that the train is in which you are sitting appears to move while it is at rest? You observe, no? Okay, yes. And when you see the platform, then you can say, yes, my train is not moving. You will get that. Okay? And just go through this think and act after the class. Okay? Now I am going to describe a motion. How I can describe my motion, and how I can explain my motion. How I can tell I am in the motion. Based on what conditions I can tell whether I am in motion or not. Okay, that I need to tell now. Suppose your school is some 4 kilometers away from your bus stop. If you say, so then here why you are considering as a landmark as bus stop for to mention your school name. Where is your school? So means, and one more. You can say you need to go from point A to point B. Okay. You will tell your friend to just come here. Here one bus stop will be there. Here one bus stop will be there. And from this bus stop you take right, and you come 4 kilometers. You will find here my school. Okay. You will tell this thing to your friend. And why you are mentioning here bus stop? What is the reason? We need some reference point. No? We need some reference point. Suppose here in your textbook we are having one example. See here. Suppose your school in a village is 2 kilometers north of your railway station. Your school is 2 kilometers from your railway station. So we found that our school, where it is our school, where our school is at 2 kilometers from our railway station. Now here we are telling where is our school, means we are telling with respect to our railway station and the direction also. From the railway station in the north direction, if you come 2 kilometers, so you will find my school. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So we have specified our position of a school with respect to what? Railway station. So we can say here railway station is our one reference point. We can say here bus stop is a reference point. Reference point.
Yes, sir.
So like that, here railway station is also a reference point for our school. Or we can say this reference point as a landmark also. So suppose if I ask Shalini, where you are living in your Khammam district. Now you please tell me where you are living in Khammam. Sorry? Okay. You told some place, but I don't know that place. You just tell me some landmark. If I come to that area also, I need to find your home, na? So how I can find your home? You will tell some temple is there, sir, or some one statue will be there. From that statue we need to take right or left. That you will tell, na? So that statue or that that temple or that school or anything that acts as a some reference point. Okay. So before moving to any position, we will be having some reference point that we understood from this discussion, and that reference point also, that is for our convenience only. Okay, you are telling reference point as some temple, there may be statue also, that is reference point for some other one. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we need to describe our object movement, na? Our position of a object. So we need to specify one reference point. That reference point is called as a origin. Okay. That reference point is known as an origin. Is it okay? And here we are having a one simple example. We will now discuss the motion along a straight line. Motion along a straight line means movement along a straight line. Now I need to move myself along a straight line only. In straight line, to move in a straight line, I need a one reference point. Is it okay? From where I need to start? That is, I need to know now. From where to I start my journey. So I will start my journey from point O. This is my origin. Or I can say this is my reference point. Clear? Now I need to move from O to in this direction. In this direction I need to move. Okay, I need to cross the C, B, A points also. Is that right? I need to cross C,
Yes,
B,
sir.
A.
Yes, sir.
Okay, in this journey I will start from O, which is stated as my reference point. Now this A, B, C are my positions. A, B, C are my positions. Suppose I will start from here and I can stop here also. I can stop B here also. I can stop here also. I can stop here also. At anywhere on this straight line I can stop. But for our understanding and for our discussion, I made some three positions. I made these three positions. Those three positions are A, B and C. Someone wants to join.
C.
Mr. Pawan, you are so late. Don't repeat next time. See here, we are starting from O and my positions are, if I move from point O, from origin, my positions will be A, B, C. Okay? Suppose I need to move from O to A, then I should cross C and B also. No?
C and B.
Yes, I need to go at A, so I need to cross C, then I need to cross B, then I will go at A. Is that right? So now, I need to calculate my distance. How many kilometers how many kilometers away from my reference point? That is, I need to calculate now. Now we are having a scale here. This distance, these numbers are showing now. These are all in the kilometers. These are all in the kilometers. Suppose
Kilometers.
from O to C, if my position is at C, then how much distance I covered?
25.
Yes, excellent.
25 kilometers.
25 kilometers. Suppose if I am at B, how much distance I covered?
35 kilometers.
35 kilometers. If I am at A, then how much distance I covered? 60 kilometers. Okay. Suppose if I go O to A and again I will come back at C, then how much distance I covered? Tell me now. I went from O to A, again I come back from A to C. So here O to A is how much distance? 60 kilometers plus again A to C. 60 in here 30 25. 60 minus 25 is how much? 35. So what is the 60 plus 35? 95 kilometers I covered. Is that right? And suppose if I move from O to A and A to O, O to A plus A to O, then how much distance I covered?
120 kilometers.
Yes, superb. 60 plus 60, 120 kilometers. This is simple, na? Okay. Now, see here in the previous example, I was from O to A and A to yet C. I stopped here. Now, what is the minimum distance? What is the minimum distance from my reference point? Tell me. What is the minimum distance from my reference point to my position?
85 kilometers.
No. See, my reference point is here. I am here. What is the distance here?
25.
Yes. Minimum distance is
25 kilometers.
25 kilometers itself. But I covered from O to A and A to C. I covered 95 kilometers total my distance. But if I check now how many kilometers I am from my reference point. If I check myself now, then I can say I am just 25 kilometers away from my reference point. But I cannot say na, that is not now the 25 kilometers will be a minimum my distance. Minimum. But if I say what is your maximum distance you covered, then I can say 25 kilometers, this 95 kilometers will be my answer. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, here I covered O to A and A to C. Na? I am here now. I am getting a 95 kilometer. This is known as a distance. This is known as a distance which I covered. Now, the minimum distance is there na? From my reference point to my position. This distance, this 25 kilometers, this distance is known as a displacement. This is known as a displacement. So here what new terminology I entered here? One distance, another is the displacement. So you know now what is the difference between distance and displacement? The distance which I covered from O to C, I went O to A and again A to C I came back here. So the distance I covered is 95 kilometers. But what is my displacement? My displacement is that shortest distance from my reference point. That is known as a displacement. Okay. So in this case my displacement is O to C is the shortest distance. So my displacement is the 25 kilometers. Now I will ask you, in this second case, I am going to move from O to A and I will come back again A to O. What is the distance?
120 kilometers.
Yes, super. This is the distance. Then what is the displacement? What is the displacement? See, I started from here and I came back here also. What is the displacement? Zero.
Zero.
There is no minimum distance here. Zero is the shortest path, shortest distance we can say. Why? Because I came back here itself. In the previous case, I was at C only. So that is why this 25 kilometers is my displacement. But in this case, I came back here at O itself. So then displacement is zero. Now, we will discuss with another example. Suppose I will move from O to A, okay, and I will come back from A to B. What is the distance and displacement? Tell me. O to A plus A to B. O to A is the 60, and from here
85.
A to B.
85, sir.
A to B.
85.
No, how brother?
85, sir.
How?
85, sir.
85.
85.
Yeah. Sorry. So this 85 kilometer is my distance. Then what is the displacement?
Distance.
What is the
35
displacement?
kilometers.
Huh?
35 kilometers.
Excellent.
35 kilometers.
Excellent. Displacement is
35 kilometers.
the 35 kilometer. Now you understood now what is the difference between the distance and a displacement.
Yes, sir.
Everyone
Yes, sir.
understood now? Now just check your this activity. Take a meter scale and a long rope and walk from one corner of a basketball court to its opposite corner along its sides. Okay, and measure the distance covered by you and magnitude of the displacement. Now, what is the difference would you notice between the two this case? Just you can think after the class. Okay, this is simple only. See here, one more activity. In your bike, okay, in your bike, how many meters will be there? Or in car also? If you will put the key now at that place, we will be finding a 2 meters. What are the 2 meters? What are the 2 meters? One is calculate the here 0 kilometer per hour, 10 kilometer per hour, 20 kilometer per hour, 25 kilometer per hour, like here 120 kilometer per hour. This needle will be there, and another will be the here. This will be in the rectangular shape, and we will find here the numbers 2, 3, 4, 6, 2 like this. Have you observed now?
Yes, sir.
Huh? See,
Yes, sir.
this is the previous means in the previous byte. Now we are having a digital display. In digital display, I covered how much distance that I will show in my display also. Okay. So here, this is what is this meter and what are these meters. We need to know what is the difference between these 2 meters. What is the requirement of these 2 meters in our bike or car? So this is nothing but a speedometer.
Yes, sir.
Speedometer means it tells our speed, at how much rate I am going, or what is the speed of my bike or my car, that I need to find. This is a speedometer. Suppose if I not move, my speedometer indicator will be at 0 only, and if I move it with some speed, that speed will indicate here. So this is known as a speedometer. Next, we will be having another. This is known as a odometer. This is known as a odometer. Okay. Now, in odometer, suppose I am going from Khammam to Warangal in my car. Okay. In my odometer, my reading is that 70 kilometer. Okay. In my odometer, my reading is that 70 kilometer. This 70 kilometer is a distance or displacement?
Distance.
This is the distance only.
Distance.
Okay. Now what is the displacement? That is we need to know na? That the displacement is the nothing but the shortest path. Shortest path. See, I am from A to B. I can go by this way also, this way also, this way also, and this way also. So now, if I go from A to B, I can be here 35 kilometers. Here it is a 25 kilometers. It is a 20 kilometers. It is a 25 kilometers. So now, if I go from A to B in this path, okay, in this path, then what is my displacement? Tell me. My distance is 35 kilometers here. And what is my displacement? Shortest path from my reference point. How much? See, shortest path this one only, na? So I am having a 20. So my displacement is
20.
yes, displacement is
20 kilometers.
displacement is 20 kilometers. Okay. Now we learn that we are in a, suppose if you move in a straight line, what are the things, means what, how to calculate the distance and how to calculate the displacement. I understood. Yes. Now we are going to stop here.